Airshow. Mr. Buhazza, as the UAE's largest all-cargo airline, can you tell us a bit about Maximus services and scope?
Well, good morning. Thank you for hosting me. Maximus Air Cargo is the largest air cargo company in the Middle East. And our business model is quite unique, actually, because we've got 4 types of aircraft versus where other companies would have 1 or 2. We have a range of aircraft with a payload capability that goes from 20 tons to 120 tons. With the Hercules, we can carry almost 20 tons, and we can operate in areas that a normal airline would not be able to due to the performance of the Hercules. Then we've got the 120 tonners, which is the Antonov 124. We are the only company outside of the CIS former countries that operates this type of aircraft. So we provide a range of services and a range of solutions by having different aircraft with different capabilities.
You started the company in 2005 and have seen profits grow through to 2008. But how has this year been for you in terms of growth and finance?
Well, with the recession, everybody has been affected. We are very optimistic that we will meet our target this year with an increase in the overall revenue. And again, that's due to our business model. It's very diverse and it's in many areas. For example, we are in the oversized cargo markets with the Antonov and the Illusions. We are in special operations, humanitarian flights that we do plenty of them for the UAE Red Crescent and for the World Food Program and other agencies. Then we also into transportation of live animals. We also into ACMI, which is the wet lease operation, where we have 2 aircraft currently operating for Etihad Crystal Cargo. So we provide the aircraft and the crew and the maintenance and the insurance. We have operation control over the 2 aircrafts, while Etihad have a commercial control.
We've all been witnessing growth in the area. Would you say then that these are good times for Maximus Air Cargo and for the UAE as well?
Well, definitely. I mean, the whole world is in one area and the Middle East is in another one. There is a growth in this area, and as you could see in the Dubai Airshow, there's plenty of participants and there's plenty of aircraft in the static display, and there's a lot of deals that are coming out. I think the future is good. I think we are in the end of the recession, and from now onward, the business will pick up. It's not going to be overnight, but I think we are heading in the right direction.
What are your plans for 2010?
Growth. This is what we're planning to do, and we're planning to grow in the ACMI or the wet lease segment with Western aircrafts. As I told you, we've got a fleet of 8 aircrafts where we have 2 Airbuses, A300-600. We have 2 L100-30, which is the civilian model of the C-130. And then we've got 2 Illusion 76, which is a Ukrainian or Russian-built aircraft. And then we've got the Antonov 124. But we see the growth in Maximus on the Western aircraft, the Airbuses. We're planning to add another Airbus, hopefully before the end of this year. And next year, we're also looking at other options on the Airbus.
Dubai International Airport is one of the world's biggest cargo hubs. What else do you think needs to be done to develop the UAE's infrastructure?
I think improvement of communication between the various airports in the UAE is a must. As you know, every emirate in the UAE has an airport. There's an airport in Fujairah, there's an airport in Ras Al Khaimah, Ajman now, I heard that they are building their airports. And the proximity of those airports, it's very, very close. So I think with a bit of coordination and some sort of plans, they could be more efficient But definitely Dubai and Abu Dhabi are heading in the right direction. With the opening of the new logistics city in Dubai, I had some good news yesterday from the people in charge of this project that it is continuing now and they are putting a thrust on it. That's going to be a big advantage to not only to the UAE but I think to the whole region because of its size and because of its location as well. Because what they are doing with this logistics city, they're building it next to the port, and they have a sterilized zone between the port and the airport. So all the goods would come in free of customs, free of charges, and go from sea to air and from air to sea. Also Abu Dhabi, they're developing a Abu Dhabi airport and also Al Ain airport to be a major hub. And when the train, I think they call it the Etihad train network completes, it will be a big operation airport in Al Ain.
I believe there are just 12 Middle Eastern cargo operators. That's compared to Asia Pacific's 46 or North America's 40. Do you expect the number of Middle Eastern cargo operators to grow imminently?
I think there is a potential for growth, but again, due to the proximity, the Far East is well apart, and there are so many countries. Here, we are very close together. That's one area which will restrict the number of operators to be introduced. Then the other thing is also that most of the cargo that come, UAE is an importer, not as an exporter. So there is most of the traffic that comes to the UAE, if it's not a transit, is a one-way traffic. So that's a restriction, but things are changing now, and I think there is room for a new cargo airlines, not necessarily a long-haul ones, but probably a regional one.
What would you say are your key challenges next year?
Our key challenges, I think the oil prices. That would be something that we have to watch for. And the ability is to grow carefully or slowly, because I think this recession has caught a lot of people by surprise. And I think the smart thing to do in the future is to wait for, if something like this happen again, the damage should be minimized.
You've announced at the show Care by Air. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Care by Air is an initiative to reduce the cost on humanitarian flights. As you know, the majority of the cost of transporting goods from A to B or from a place to a disastrous place is the cost of the aircraft itself, and it's by far is the largest. And we came up with this idea, which is basically, it is not a charity, it's a business model, where we're asking the airlines to fill up the empty space in their cargo holds on cost basis for the humanitarian flights. We're also asking the support agencies in the flight cycle to also contribute to this by offering discounted prices for a humanitarian flight or waiving off some of the charges. For example, we have Abu Dhabi Airport Company, who is a partner and a founder with us in this initiative. Yesterday they announced that they're going to waive off all the charges that is related to the landing, parking, handling of the aircraft. So that's maybe 7 to 15% of the cost is out. Etihad Airlines, our national airline, also has come in and signed with us an MOU that they're also going to offer this at cost. It is very important to understand that this is not a charity, it's actually a business model that will help the airline to be more efficient. At the same time, they will play their role to help the society. So it's like a cycle. If the establishment or the companies built in a way to help charity and to help society, in return, society will help this company to grow and develop. And we're hoping to get support from other organizations and make this an international initiative that I think if it is done properly and in the right way, it will use the current aviation network around the globe, be it passengers or cargo, to recognize a care-by-air package and give it a priority and a discounted or a waived-off prices.
That's great news. Mr. Buhazza, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for hosting.